Thank you, everyone, and thank you for being patient. I'm your last speaker. I'll try and be quick. Obviously, thank you, Madam Ambassador, my fellow speakers, and I just want to say a big thank you to Ukraine House and a lot of the people who've been working behind the scenes to make this event happen and get you a dose of culture this evening. Well, before I get started, some of you may not know what Google Arts and Culture is. It's a non-profit initiative within the company that's around 11 years old now. And our role is to really provide an authentic and authoritative experience on world culture, so partnering mostly with museums, archives, and foundations. We've got around 3,000 partners around the world, representing around 90 countries, and millions of people use the platform for education, research, and inspiration. And, for me personally, I was so pleased when partners in Ukraine started reaching out to us very early on, saying you have to start preserving the cultural history now. And this started around 2-3 years ago. And we were just taken aback by the enthusiasm by the local partners. And as the First Lady of Ukraine just said this morning on the release of this project, is that while there is anxiety and there are troubles, it is the culture that gives hope and inspiration to people. And so we consider this a privilege that this is available on this platform. And what you're going to see today, I'm going to get into it immediately. My colleague Chance there is going to try and do a live internet demo, which is risky, but we're going to try it, and we're going to try and show you what we've got. So what you're about to see is launched this morning, available to anybody who has the Google Arts and Culture app, or doesn't want the app. They can go to the website and they get access to this for free. You can review the materials. You can go into 3D models. This is a chapter in a much larger initiative called the Ukraine is Here Hub that was launched around a year and a half or two ago. So this chapter really focuses on the people, on the places, the monuments. And obviously, I will come to a wonderful video at the end, which will show you what this is about. But I'm just going to scroll through live. And one of the first things we realized is that in any conflict, heritage and culture are targets. And preserving artifacts, monuments, documents is of utmost importance. And so we've started with 3D model preservation thanks to partners locally in Ukraine and companies who are using our platform to essentially give instant access to churches, city halls. And this is really important, not just for understanding, but also for reconstruction, for when things may go wrong. And I'm so glad that we are doing this, for the last 3 years, and we hope to keep doing it. So I think, Chance, if you're going to risk it and try and show you what I consider a place I want to visit, because it has created a huge desire in me to go here. And so I can't see what Chance is showing due to the obstruction, but you can see this wonderful, church. And what I loved about it is it's famous for its murals that are very difficult to really get a taste of. And you can actually start zooming in, moving around the 3D model, and go right to where the murals are. I mean, that is now accessible to anybody around the world without any need to download any specific technology. So it's a wonderful way to give people the inspiration to visit, to get a connection with Ukraine, but also for Ukrainians to be proud of what they have. There are over 200 of these models, which are all phenomenal. So I'm going to move on a little faster and hope you'll enjoy them, on the weekend. I'm also very happy to say that, for people who may not know much about Ukrainian culture, we're very, very pleased that our partners, we've got around 17 museums. We've got the national museums. We've got monuments who have been providing the information. And they have created a fantastic storytelling tool that really takes you through the people, the places, and, sorry, my eyes need a checkup. But moving on, I don't have time to go through every single story here, but every single one here is celebrating people who have shaped Ukraine, from poets, authors, artists. So it is a really diverse, storytelling initiative around Ukrainian culture. Moving on with art, this is going to be a bit of a long scroll, so I'm going to get a chance to hurry up. But you can see here that every person has been given that opportunity where visually you are learning about them and their contributions to Ukrainian culture. Got some fantastic stories about Ukrainians who have played a role on the global stage of performing arts. We've got people who have had connections with the United States on a cultural front. I can't pronounce her name, but Kivita, who's a singer. We have an amazing video from her. So, you know, I've been learning a lot about this. For those of you who know this, I hope you can reconnect with it. And as we scroll down further, we're also talking about the building of Ukraine. You know, from the archaeological discoveries, the connections to civilization, and moving further down. I think one of the parts I really love. I mean, this is a fantastic. You may not be able to go to the ballet in Ukraine, but you can experience a 360 video that allows you to really feel a connection to this. As we move down, as you can see, there's a lot of content, and I don't want to keep you too long. So I want to get down very quickly to show you also the preservation and the protection work that's going on in terms of enabling standardization, sharing that standardization with organizations that are preventing cultural damage, and much more. Each one of those things you click in, and you're going to get a really in-depth story. So, you know, it's kind of doing a PhD, I think, a mini PhD on Ukrainian culture, and obviously visiting the sites using our Street View technology. We've digitized several museums. I think you can visit close to 10 to 20 museums now in Street View and hopefully go there. So I'm going to try and end now by scrolling further down. Chance is having a lot of fun enjoying the scroll and the content, but I also wanted to show you before we finish the place where all of this connects to. As you can see, this can go on. We have all the artworks from the museums as well, but this actually lives on a much larger project, and that's what I wanted to end with, because it's not just about what we're launching today, it's about what we've been doing for the last 2 to 3 years with our local partners, and we're extremely grateful. I cannot emphasize how amazing it is to see the museums in Ukraine, the cultural organizations in Ukraine, just constantly wanting to share this information. This is fantastic for us and for the world at large to learn. And I'm going to end now with a video that kind of encapsulates this incredible project and this lovely evening, and hopefully inspire you to download the app and visit Ukraine is Here. Slava Ukraini. Thank you very much.